Dracula's Redemption. In the heart of Transylvania, under the veil of the night, Count Dracula found himself in a state of torment. No longer did he relish the thrill of the hunt or the taste of fresh blood. He roamed the corridors of his ancient castle, each room echoing with the haunting memories of his past. The weight of centuries and countless lives consumed bore heavily on his conscience. His transformation began when he found a dying bird on his castle grounds. Instead of finding it an easy prey, he felt a strange compassion for it. Dracula took the bird in, nursing it back to health. The act of kindness, small yet significant, sparked a change within him. Day by day, he found himself resisting the urge to hunt, to kill. He began seeking ways to sustain himself without taking lives. His search led him to the outskirts of his domain, to a secluded monastery, home of an old monk known for his wisdom. Dracula approached the monk, revealing his true nature and seeking guidance. The monk, unafraid, agreed to help him on his path to redemption. The monk taught Dracula the virtue of patience and the importance of empathy. He also introduced him to an alternative diet of animal blood, sparing human lives. Dracula returned to his castle, carrying new hope and a resolution to resist his bloodlust. The path was challenging, but he was determined. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Dracula managed to survive without human blood, but the temptation was always there, lurking in the shadows. His resolve was truly tested when a band of thieves, oblivious to the castle's infamous resident, decided to take shelter there. The scent of fresh blood in the air was almost unbearable. Dracula locked himself away, resisting the urge to succumb to his primal instincts. He managed to resist, and the thieves left unscathed. It was a small victory, but for Dracula, it was a significant step towards redemption. Word of Dracula's change reached the surrounding villages. Some were skeptical, but many were relieved. The reign of terror seemed to be over. Slowly, he began aiding the villagers, using his immortality and strength to help them. This act of goodwill further strengthened his resolve. Over time, he became a protector rather than a predator. The villagers started seeing him less as a monster and more as a guardian. Despite his progress, Dracula still had enemies. Vampire hunters from across the land sought to claim the infamous Count's life. Yet, every attempt on his life only reinforced his commitment to change. He fought back without taking any lives, using his powers to disarm and frighten them away. One hunter, however, was different. He was relentless and seemed to know Dracula's every move. He was the renowned vampire hunter, Van Helsing. Van Helsing confronted Dracula, ready for the kill. But Dracula pleaded for a chance to prove his redemption. Hesitant, Van Helsing agreed to observe him. As days passed, Van Helsing observed Dracula closely. He saw the change, the struggle, and the sincerity in Dracula's actions. In a surprising turn of events, Van Helsing declared Dracula free of his vampire curse. Saw the redemption that Dracula sought, acknowledged it. Word of Van Helsing's declaration spread quickly. The villagers, initially skeptical, eventually accepted Dracula as one of their own. Dracula's redemption was not just about resisting his bloodlust. It was about empathy, kindness, and using his powers for good. He had become a guardian of the villagers, protecting them from harm. His castle, once a place of fear, had turned into a sanctuary. Dracula's story spread far and wide, a testament to the possibility of change, no matter how dark the past. It gave hope to others like him, inspiring them to seek their own redemption. His journey was not without struggles, but he persevered. He had proved to himself and to the world that he was more than a monster. The fallen vampire had risen above his nature, finding redemption in his actions. He had turned his curse into a blessing, using his immortal life to protect and serve. Dracula, the once feared vampire, had become a symbol of hope and change. His story was a beacon of light in the darkness, proving that everyone, even a monster, deserves a chance at redemption. And so, under the starry Transylvanian sky, Count Dracula looked upon his land, not as a predator, but as a guardian. He had found his redemption, and with it, a new purpose in his eternal life. The end.